Hey there, good morning. It's 7:30 right here on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. Hope you're having a happy hump day so far. And we have a great guest coming up. Local author Bess Auer, author of Hounds House Orlando, is joining us to tell us about her book, which is an awesome journey around areas that you know, and it will benefit actually Second Harvest Food Bank. So there's this tie-in with her book where it takes you on a real life treasure hunt. So it's a long story. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, we want to get a check of your weather as you get ready to head out. Meteorologist Candace Campos is in the Pinpoint Weather Center, and we're going to have kind of the little bit of the same as yesterday, right?
Exactly. We're talking about temperatures nearing 90 degrees once again, Bridgett. But you were one of the lucky few who got
I did.
a little spit of rain
It
across
was.
the area.
It
It
really
really
was.
wasn't much.
It
It
was enough
wasn't
to
much,
wet
but it
the
was
road.
something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just enough to mess up a car wash if you just got it done, right? That's kind of the type of rain we're talking about. But you know what? We're going to still see another chance, about a 20% chance of a few more of those scattered showers today, a little further west than where they were yesterday. So just kind of, play it by ear. Keep your eyes to the sky just in case. So let's take it to the map, show you what's going on across Central Florida. Before we start talking about the rain, Bridgett, we're going to have a little bit of fog to deal with. So here, I showed you the best part, the 7-day. Hold on. Have to advance. I didn't advance. There it is. Visibility right now still looking good, but you can see with some of that, the contouring there on the map, we are still looking at the potential for some of that fog to be picked up across the area. Now, a lot of it's not really impacting down at the surface level, so that's certainly some good news, but just do want to tell you that we do have a little bit of fog in place. So let's look at those weather headlines, what you need to know as you are walking out the door for today. We're going to be nearing 90 pretty much all across Central Florida, with the exception of right along the immediate coastline. Then, as we head into the afternoon, a few showers will develop along that East Coast sea breeze. And then, as we head into the weekend, really, we're still looking with more of the same, as temperatures will once again be nearing 90 degrees, and that slight chance of rain remains in the forecast. So speaking of enjoying the forecast, it's warm enough, it's nice enough. If you have the opportunity to do so, go out and enjoy the beaches, because conditions are going to be feeling very, very nice. You can see highs are going to be in the mid 80s, and you can see surf 2 to 3 feet. Rip Current, though, unfortunately, that will still stay high for the next few days. So as we look here at the clouds and rain forecast, we are continuing to see a couple of those scattered showers kind of billowing up as they progress further inland. There's that 20% chance of rain. It's not much. It's going to be very hit or miss, possibly seeing a couple of those scattered showers. And as that East Coast sea breeze pushes further inland, there will be that potential that we could fire up a few more isolated pockets, maybe even isolated thunderstorm, with that main collision happening again a little further to the west today. So the moral of the story, there is a chance of rain. Don't be spooked if you do see a little shower. It won't last long, and then most of it will fizzle out into the evening. So in the meantime, we're still talking about warm conditions nearing 90 degrees by the time the kids are heading home from school. They have after school activities after about 3 o'clock. We will still see that slight chance of rain primarily across our western zones, and then temperatures will start cooling down once the sun goes down into the 70s. Another mild night is in store. So as we get results here, there is a little bit of rain chances. Now, if we had a little more moisture to work with in our atmosphere right now, our upper levels are just packed still with dry air. But if we actually do get some of that moisture to kind of move back in, we could fire up our rainy season already, but we're not there just yet. Normally, our rainy season doesn't start until more like middle to end of May. So we're getting close, and seeing that 20% chance of rain more than just for a day or two, seeing it more kind of spread out across our 7-day, are those little indicators, those little red flags that we are slowly starting to transition into that rainy season, which, by the way, is almost right on time within the next couple of weeks, Bridgett.
I like it. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, if you like it warm, you still need to keep up the watering schedule. Right now, this time of the year, you're up to probably, I think, 2 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that you're watering your lawn between about 4 and 7 a.m., not the middle of the day, where more than half of your water that you are paying to water your lawn just gets evaporated into the air. So just water smart, and we'll hopefully start getting more into more of that rainier setup so we don't have to water as much anymore.
Sounds good. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you later. And now we want to get a check of your traffic. And Trooper Steve standing by in results one. How are things going?
Pretty good this morning. We're just watching one little issue out there. The rest are kind of spotty, but a pretty routine kind of Wednesday going on out there this morning. If you want to go straight to it, we can. All right. So traffic maps right now. So Sky 6 has landed. I don't have a visual DOT cam out here, but if you are in Altamont Springs, I need you to listen carefully here. Westbound 436 right at Westmont Drive. So this is going to be just west there of the I-4 interchange as you're kind of making your way towards 434, just to give you a reference, westbound there. Your two right lanes are blocked. Altamont PD has crews out there with a lot of crime scene tape, which leads me to understand with a traffic crash, this may be extreme serious injuries, possibly a fatal crash investigation. We have not gotten any confirmation just yet from Altamont Police Department. The rest of us, routine. This is westbound 408 at Conway, very slow this morning, but no crashes, and we like it like that. So please take it nice and easy. It's going to slow down on you pretty quickly right around Goldenrod, and then very slow, but you're moving the rest of the 408 as you make your way towards I-4. 417 in Valencia College, looking nice this morning. No major problems out on the east side. 417 north and southbound, pretty clear. Now, if you're over by Disney, behind Disney, if you're a cast member, I need you to watch out for this crash. World Drive at Monorail Way, of course, with cross streets like that, it's definitely Disney property. So please be careful. This is on the east side of Magic Kingdom there. Disney security already out on scene. And then 535 and Hotel Plaza Boulevard, I've got a crash there at the intersection as well. Out by the airport, we're looking good this morning, 528. Nice and clear there. And then Brevard County, I do have a crash at State Road 520, aka some of you call it King Street, at Martino Way with an eastbound slight delay. Your I-4 drive time's a little high coming in from Kissimmee, almost 30 minutes to downtown Orlando. And then outside of that, UCF, you guys are looking good. And the rest of Seminole County, nice and smooth this morning, Bridgett. Now, of course, we have, I say we because I'm throwing you in there too. We have plenty of meetings this morning. So my stream today is at 10 a.m. and I'm going distracted driver hunting. So I want any of the viewers to join me today. We want to count how many distracted drivers we can find in 30 minutes. Now, I hijacked today's topic simply because over the past several days, the amount of distracted driving I have personally seen inside of this truck on other drivers, extremely uncomfortable. So I wanted to bring everyone for a ride today because everyone thinks I'm just yapping all the time. No, I'm seeing craziness, and I want you guys to see it with me. So today at 10 a.m., clickorlando.com, we're going to take a stream, I think along 1792, I think I'm going to do it, and just see what we could find so you guys could see what I'm seeing, and we could dissect it a little bit because it's a mess out here, Bridgett, a hot mess, like soup sandwich.
Well, I was going to ask you where you were going to be, so you're saying somewhere around 1792, so... But
Yeah.
your truck is pretty hard to miss, so...
Oh, you would think, Bridgett, they'll just sit there on their phone right next to me, not given a care in the world. I've got to be careful because I get frustrated when I talk about traffic. And it's insane. Yet I'll get cut off. I'll have people stuck on their phone 5-6 seconds at a red light. And it's like, one shade of green, let's go, kind of thing. My mom says that, one shade of green. I'll say that. It's so funny.
One shade.
But yeah, it's insane. So I want people to see this stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I'm using my phone now to talk to you, but the hands-free thing, people like put it down so they think that that's hands-free and they put it on their lap. We're going to talk today, 10 a.m.
Okay. I'll be curious to see the count, the number of, distracted.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. See you then.
I'll see you in 20 minutes. Bye.
Thank you. All right, we want to get to a little bit of news before we go to local author Best Hour to talk about her book and the treasure hunt that's coming up. But first, there is a 6-week abortion ban now in effect in Florida. This is a major change to the abortion laws taking effect today, just weeks after the state Supreme Court upheld Florida's 15-week ban. A new law passed by lawmakers banning most abortions after 6 weeks is now in place. And Mark Lehman explains the controversial change has both sides fired up.
A law preventing abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy goes into effect today in the Sunshine State. The measure was signed into law last year by Governor Ron DeSantis, but challenged in court. In April, the Florida Supreme Court ruled there is no right to an abortion under the Privacy Clause in the state constitution.
Obviously, we can't care for them if they're beyond 6 weeks, but we're trying to make sure that they have the resources they need to have options.
Critics of the law maintain that a 6-week restriction amounts to a virtual ban on abortion. Vice President Kamala Harris visiting Jacksonville today, which follows a trip from President Biden to Tampa last week, both thinking the issue could sway the presidential election.
That one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body.
The 6-week ban does allow exceptions for rape and if the mother's life is in danger. Supporters saying millions of dollars are earmarked for pro-life pregnancy resource centers.
We are out there. We want to help. We do help. And we do amazing things, truly. And we're there. We're in their corner.
So we'll let you know what else develops out of that. Now we want to get to our special guest this morning. Local author, Orlando native Bess Hour is joining us to talk about her book, Hounds House Orlando. Good morning, Bess.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on today.
We were so excited when we heard about this because I kept saying scavenger hunt, but you say it's a treasure hunt. But this is such a fun book that you've created, and then on top of it, you've put in the measures to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank with this project that is going on right now.
Yeah. So I was born and raised here in the Orlando area, so this community means a lot to me. And so I've used kind of my adult skills to kind of put together my creative stuff to benefit Second Harvest because of the amazing work they do. My 84-year-old mother lives with us, and we're frequently going to doctors back and forth. And we always talk about what do the seniors who don't have somebody to run to the grocery store for them or, medication, have to choose between medication or buying food. And that's where Second Harvest comes in and really fills that gap, not only for seniors, but for families that might be working 2 and 3 jobs, but still can't make rent and put healthy food on the table. So they really do amazing things. So they are near and dear to my heart. So I was really happy to be able to do kind of a fun project for them.
And so how does this work? I guess should we talk about Hounds House first and then talk about how this works? Because this is a mythical story, but with real life places.
Yes. So years ago, I was a teacher. And when I was teaching, my students and I read this book. And inside the book, it had clues to a real life treasure that was hidden. And my students and I were not smart enough to figure out where the treasure was, but I was hooked. I thought this is the coolest thing. And it's actually a category of literature called an armchair treasure hunt. And so I knew at that time, years ago, that I wanted to do this project. I wanted to write something that would bring the community together, get us out of the house, looking for clues, hunting for places, and offering a real life prize. But I wanted to make it for something better than just giving away prizes. Could we do some good with it? And that's where Second Harvest comes in. So for every purchase of the book, you're providing 8 meals for Second Harvest Food Bank to deliver, and they deliver 300,000 meals each and every day. So this is something that can really do a lot of good. So every book purchase, it's available on Amazon. You can get it in Kindle format, paperback, or even listen to my voice on Audible. But it's a book that will do good. So the book itself is a self-contained story that is fun. You're out looking for mythical characters. And at the end of the story, you were invited as the reader to actually get out of the house and go hunt for some of these animals yourself. And what you're doing is you're going different to real life places. Some of my favorite places that I wanted to shine a spotlight on, some are restaurants, some are boutiques, some are retail gift shops. And you're hoping to win the grand prize of $3,000.
And we need to get started on this because you said this isn't a one day thing. Like I know, sometimes we like to binge read or, we get excited about a story and we just like go
Yep.
through the book, but you're saying the actual hunt, I mean, this is going to take a while.
Yes, it is not a one-day hunt, and that's by design. There are a lot of smarty pants out there. I didn't want them to read the book and find it, and then the hunt be over, and everybody else be like,
Right.
I don't need to download because then we'd raise no money for Second Harvest. So it is one you can read the book in a few hours, but then the hunt itself, it will take some time to decode and figure out if you're at the right place. But hopefully that $3,000 is a nice carrot dangling to get people to download and do some good.
Right. And like you said, even if no one finds this by June 30th, that money goes to Second Harvest as well.
Yes, yes. And that's kind of the on traditional armchair treasure hunts. The treasure's just out there till somebody finds it. Well, that doesn't really serve Second Harvest as well. So we decided to put an end clock on it. So the clock is ticking. You have until June 30th, midnight on June 30th to find that grand prize. If nobody does, the entire 3,000 goes to Second Harvest. So I'm kind of hoping that somebody wins it because it would be great. But at the same time, I'm also hoping nobody wins it because it'd be even better if I could give it to Second Harvest Food Bank.
I just love this concept. And Bess, I love the concept of this story as well. And I see this being a series.
If it took me a while to write. I mean, but it's 200 pages. Anybody that's written a novel, it's been professionally edited and beta read to make sure it's a good story. And it is. It's a fun story. It's a fun read, even if you don't do the hunt. But if it does well, I would love to recreate it with an even bigger grand prize at the end to get even more people to download, because that's the whole point. Because, Second Harvest, between delivering meals to people who are currently experiencing hunger, they also have this great culinary training program where they are helping lift people out of the situation where they might need their services. There's also a plate above catering that they provide. So if you're throwing your next graduation party, consider a plate above catering, because then you are using Second Harvest's services to then allow them to do even greater things. So there's a lot of good that can come out of this. So I would love to do a sequel.
I know. And when we think about Second Harvest, yesterday we had the Red Cross on and we talked about how they need disaster action team volunteers because they have between 10 and 20 calls that go out, from house fires to natural disaster, and this is every week in our area. So they need volunteers on call because that's their life's blood, is the volunteers.
Yep.
And same thing as Second Harvest. I mean, they have so many volunteers that give their time to help pack up those meals and organize all the food there at the warehouse. And so it's an ongoing need, especially now, for us to get involved.
Yeah. They Beth McKee, through her Swamp Sisters, she's a singer-songwriter here. They just did a volunteer jam where they had a session of volunteers and they played some music and had this great time. So people can actually get their groups together. If a Girl Scout troop wants to go volunteer there, you can go as a group. It's a great bonding time. But 300,000 meals have to be packed and distributed every single day. And I think they partner with something like 750 agencies or groups around to make sure that there is food available in your area. So if you go to their website, feedhopenow.org, and you put in your address, they're going to tell you where you can go pick up meals or food if you're in that particular situation. So it is a mammoth operation, and you're right, volunteers are key.
And you couldn't have picked a better charity. It's really awesome. And when we talk about this book, like you said, it's on Amazon and you can get all the versions, including digital. And you said that it's like Harry Potter mixed with Pokemon Go, and you consider it, a middle school and up type of book. This is something you can do as a class, as a family. It's just a fun activity.
It is. And we had one principal. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the school's name yet, simply because
Okay.
he's giving them as a gift to his
Oh, yeah.
teachers. So I love the fact that so schools are embracing it because it'd be a great summer activity for their students. I've had a lot of parents reach out and say, "Hey, I'm doing this with my kids this summer, so they want to hang around me." But I've also had a lot of college age and up that really want to win that $3,000. So they are embracing it as well. So yep, you're looking at the website there, houndshouseorlando.com. All the information, all the rules are on there. And the nice thing is there is a digital or virtual version. So if you are homebound or don't have transportation, you can download the book and you can do it virtually if you want. It's a lot more fun though to get out and actually go to the places that are featured in the book and on the treasure hunt.
And you are not just teacher or author, but also an artist.
I am. I have kind of have that creative outlet. I am a gourd artist. So I take gourds, dried gourds, and create sculptures out of them. And I've had the honor of having two solo exhibitions here in Orlando at Mills Gallery. And
is that one I see just above your head there, the dragonfly? Is that?
It is. Oh my gosh, you have really good eyes.
That's
That is
nice.
one hanging up there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, but Mills Gallery is amazing gallery, and we were able to donate some of the funds that were sold, some of the proceeds to Second Harvest for that. And then you can see my art. I'll do a little shameless promotion here at the Mercantile in Altamont. That's where my art shop is now. So I have a dedicated shop for my gourds.
Oh, nice. So that's where we can find it and take some home.
Absolutely.
The Mercantile.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you. And thank you for letting me share that.
I hope that we can have you back and have an update on who found this, or just, all the other connections and different adventures that might, branch off from this. It's just a great concept, Bess.
Well, I'm just hoping that people who might ordinarily just be on their phone at home this summer will take the opportunity to get out and explore. I showcase some of my favorite places, not only in the book, but on the treasure hunt. So people might, even if they've been here all their lives, discover something new.
Really fun, really fun. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out to tell us about Hound's House Orlando. And so we'll see what other magic comes out of this and keep everyone updated. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me on. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. So that's houndshouseorlando.com. So check it out, and also help out Second Harvest however you can. It would be great. So hopefully we'll let everyone know what happens with the treasure hunt. Hey, maybe you'll find the treasure. We have a little bit of news to get to this morning. We want to tell you about some updates in health news today in the headlines. New recommendations about breast cancer screenings. Now experts are saying women should get regular mammograms at a younger age. The recommendations call for the screenings every other year, starting at age 40, and it was 50, so it's officially been moved up to 40, but every other year for this. And doctors say the screenings should go through age 74, actually. And these new recommendations, we should note, do not apply to women with a history of breast cancer in the family or genetic markers that put them at a higher risk, because, of course, your doctor would probably recommend a different schedule of screening for you if that is your case. Also this morning, Mike Holfeld, our News 6 investigator, with a closer look at how to help get results and make ends meet when it comes to seniors. Thousands of seniors right now who are missing out on billions of dollars in free benefits they might not even know about.
How much money is sitting there that they just don't even know the benefits are out there?
Nationally, it's $30 billion. That's billion with a B. Benefits are left on the table every year.
Josh Hodges is with the National Council on Aging, a nonprofit on a mission to connect eligible seniors with free programs that could mean the difference between desperation or economic survival.
You have to have first month's rent and a deposit. and I knew I wasn't going to have that.
If you're 65 or older and meet the income requirements, you may be eligible for programs that will help you with everything from health care to cash to cover rent. Just ask 77-year-old Donnie Graham.
How important is it to you? Just take a moment, I know.
It was an emotional moment for Graham, who ended up in this apartment building in Jacksonville, Florida, thanks to a local nonprofit called Elder Source.
The resources are plentiful. So if you call for one reason, you may be surprised that there's a number of things that we can help people with as well.
Any senior that needs help anywhere in Florida can call 1-800-963-5337.
If somebody's in Pensacola or down in Miami, call that number and get connected to resources that can help.
Mike Holfeld, Getting Results, News 6.
All right, that's good information to have. 1-800-96-ELDER. So pass that good info along. So if you're in Lake County and you think you see a monkey, you're probably not seeing things. It probably is a monkey because someone sighted one. They sent in this video. There's a monkey hanging out near South Lake High School in Groveland. I'm not sure if I'd want to meet that little guy, but a viewer told us when he first spotted the monkey, he thought about the movie Jumanji. You can just hear the drums in the background, right? Well, right now it's unclear where the monkey came from, but others have reported some similar sightings in the area. And, you know, there's that urban legend. I don't know, Kathleen, is it an urban legend or is it true? There was a movie shot many years ago, and apparently some of the monkeys, as the legend goes, got away and they live out there. We're not sure, but we'll keep you posted on that. But, yeah, you're not seeing things. All right, that's going to do it for us. More breakfast tomorrow at 7:30 right here on News 6 Plus. Weather-wise with Jonathan Kegas is up next. I'll see you at noon for more updates on WKMG.